Gregory.
Anthony. How's it going, sir?
Oh, just living the dream, bud. Just work, going to work every day, functioning
Uh-huh.
in normal unapocalyptic society.
Completely unapocalyptic and normal society that we currently live in. It allows us to record our podcast, something neat where we drink something neat and talk about something neat in every episode. So, can't be that bad, right?
No, not at all. Welcome back to something neat.
But yeah, so I'm really excited about this episode. But first, I do have to apologize to our fans. I really I'm really sorry. I very heartfelt apology. Um, when we started this second season, we said that we were going to keep the episodes to 30 to 45 minutes, and I've been looking at our runtime, and it has progressively crept up to I think the last one was an hour and 9 minutes. So, we have failed at our mission, but we'll try to do better. We'll try.
We'll keep them under an hour ish. By Anthony time, just multiply
Yeah,
by 3.
yeah, just make sure that you're not writing checks your ass can't cash, all right? So
We're giving the people good content. Whenever we're done
yeah.
talking about what we're talking about,
You better be happy, all right, people.
yeah. Well, hey, look, the only thing I can promise is we're not gonna have a season 1 repeat where I just get really drunk on an entire bottle of Toki and then just bitch about the Netherlands trade agreements
For
with
3 hours,
to
multiple
Japan.
times over. And just so you guys know, that episode was cut
It was
significantly.
cut in
There's
half.
so much edited out of that episode that you guys don't even know how many times Anthony actually told me about that Netherlands agreement.
Well, that's because I forgot that I had told the story and told it
I
again.
know. I know. I was there. I was still coherent.
Oh, man, we should have even released that one. Anyway,
It was fun though. It was fun. And honestly, I think this week is going to be really fun
I
too.
agree. I agree.
I'm excited. Do you want to introduce our bottle for this week?
I will. So, for those that do not know, Greg and I both live in Pennsylvania, and Pennsylvania is such a great bourbon state. So, when we have the
Mhm.
opportunity, we go to a place called PA Libations, which is the one of the only places, if not the only place, I don't one of the two,
Only that I
um,
know.
that can sell wholesale bourbons outside of the PA state stores, because PA is as a state store system for liquor. So,
Mhm.
but they can only trick is they can only sell stuff produced in Pennsylvania. So lucky for us, Pennsylvania has a huge variety of awesome bourbons. And
Mhm.
today, probably one of the coolest distilleries we have ever done a bottle from is Eight Oaks, and we're going to be doing their Veterans Cut straight bourbon whiskey bottle and bond. So
Mhm.
it's your normal bottle and bond, 100 proof as it normally is, aged 4 years, probably a little bit more if I had to guess. Um, and
Small.
just, I love their bottles. They had
It is a
old
really
school
cool
round
bottle.
bottles. Their new bottles are sick.
Yeah, this is
So
really. But yeah, I'm excited for this one because I mean, not only is it bottled in bond, 4 years aged, 100 proof, it also this distillery itself has an awesome story to it. It is veteran owned. It is also, I believe, is it the only female master distiller? Is that
to
correct?
my, unless a new one has popped up recently, it is the countrywide, I'm sure there's only a few, but in
Hmm.
Pennsylvania, I believe she's the only female master distiller
Hmm.
that handles, the actual distillation, the barrel selection, the blending.
All that fun stuff. But
Yep.
then even on top of that, they're also a true, what do they call it, ground to glass bourbon.
Seed to bottle.
Seed to bottle, ground to glass. I think mine's better actually. They should call it ground to
They
glass.
should call it. I'll when we tag them and they
Yeah.
watch this episode. Like, you can actually even write on the very, it's hard to see in the capture, but on the very bottom of the bottle in embossed, it says, "We grow what we drink."
Yeah. So they literally have a, what is it, a 50 something acre farm that they
Yeah.
grow all of their grains on. They do all of their own mashing and they do all their own distilling right on site in the same place in the Lehigh Valley. So
Yep.
I think that's super interesting. Like I don't think I've had another bourbon that does that.
No, and to tie it into a previous episode, that Lehigh Valley area is the same area where Stolen Wolf grows the rose and rye for the rose and rye that we
Hmm.
did. So there's a lot of really good distilling going on in that area. The ground must be choice
Something's going on.
because
I
everything we
mean,
try from there is sick.
I'm really excited because I don't think we haven't gotten a chance to try this one yet.
Nope.
So I'm really happy to actually crack into it. I just took the plastic off the bottle, so I think it's time to pour a little.
Yeah, let me see if I can get a good pop here. Go ahead, you go first.
Ready? Uh, oh, it's in there good. There we go. Well, that was a fun one.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Hold on. Oh Jesus. Ooh, there,
All right, all right.
the gloop sound at the end was not what I. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna. So the bourbon will rank out of 10, obviously, but that was definitely like a 3 out of 10 bottle pop from. That's my fault. I'm not blaming the bottle.
Yeah, it was not a good bottle pop, and I hope nobody watched me pour that because it's also really hard to pour out of this. I love this bottle, but it's
Okay.
kind of hard to pour out of it.
All right, Eight Oaks. Great bottle design. Let's. However,
However,
I did
oh,
just spill on my mouse pad.
I also just spilled on my mouse pad, and I just had to like use both hands to get the cork back into the bottle.
Is that a euphemism?
I take it as you will, sir. Take it as you will.
That's what she said. So the night so there's a veterans cut bourbon and there's also a veterans cut rye. So we're doing, just to be clear to anybody watching or listening, we are doing the bourbon today. That doesn't mean we won't go back and do the rye at some point because this
And
distillery is so cool.
I'm also sure you're all very surprised that we're doing the bourbon because it's not like we obsess over bourbon or anything.
We've had a good number of ryes.
We did it. Actually, we're going to be
50-50.
50-50 for this. Well, I guess Irish whiskey doesn't really count.
No, it doesn't count as anything. The nose on this is pretty good. I mean, I'm getting a little bit of the ethanols, but it's also 100 proof.
It's 100 proof and like just cracked it open, didn't give it a chance to breathe at all yet. But yeah, it's like I'm getting like toasted, almost like toasted marshmallow. It's like kind of like like brown sugary but toasty.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's definitely vanilla, not a ton. Honey? It's almost not like, but
Maybe a little, but
not like fresh honey, like almost like you ever smell the top of a creme brulee? Like caramelized sugar. That's the word I'm looking for. Caramelized sugar.
you mean like a toasted marshmallow?
I will literally beat you to death. Yes. Okay, sure. Yes. But it doesn't. I don't smell like the marshmallowy part of it. I just smell the part of it.
I think toasted sugar was what I was going for, but for some reason I was getting campfire too, so I went with toasted marshmallow.
All right, I think it's time I put this in my face.
Yes.
Swirl it around.
Ooh.
Oh, that's nice.
That's very tasty. It's very smooth for being 100 proof. There's not a lot of burn with that.
No,
it goes down pretty easy.
Even like the Kentucky Kiss, like swirl it around, like it not a ton.
Much. It's very it's actually kind of caramely. Like I think caramel, like I think the toasted sugar notes is exactly what it is. It smells like it tastes.
No, and you get on the front of your palate, I get a good chunk of that char. I don't know for a fact, but I'm betting they use a higher char number. For those that don't know or didn't listen to season 1,
yeah,
bourbon barrel. It's a 1 through 5 system, right?
1 through 5. Yep.
Yeah. So my this is probably a 3 or a 4 char on the oak. And it's also so the mash bill is a really heavy corn, just shy of 80% corn, and I am definitely getting the breathe out, that cornbready.
That's also where the sweet comes from. A lot
Hmm.
of that high corn, a lot of high sugar content.
Yep.
But overall, this is
Good.
delicious. I
That's
really
good.
like that.
Oh
That is
man.
very good.
So some other fun things about it, I believe that, and it might be different now that they're um producing the bottle at a large scale, but when they first released it as a
Mhm,
limited release, $10 of every bottle was getting donated to the Northwestern Lehigh Veterans Memorial.
mhm.
I don't know. I didn't look up if they're still doing it, because again,
Uh-huh.
this is now a staple product for them. And
Yeah,
they're
yeah. It was a limited release at the one point, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
and if from an inside source familiar with the distillers, I believe they're going to be changing the name to Heroes Cut as like
Yes.
their permanent, as part of their permanent line.
Yeah. But honestly, it's delicious. I mean, even outside of just the Veterans Cup where they're donating uh, the $10 per bottle, the Eight Oaks Distillery itself also donates a portion of every proceed or a portion of their proceeds to cancer research too.
Oh, cool! I actually
So
didn't know that.
it's yeah, the cancer support community of the Greater Lehigh Valley. So it's definitely a very good distillery. I'm happy we picked this one.
Yeah, this is one that this is also pretty close to both of us, like central ish. It's a little closer to you than me.
Oh, it's very close to me. It's
Yeah,
it's probably less than an hour away from me.
yeah, this is definitely one we're gonna have to just go to.
Mhm.
Even if we don't,
Yeah, I think so.
maybe we do a little filming and post a few things, but this
We'll see
is
how it
yeah,
goes.
we'll give you guys a review, because next time I come
Mhm.
out to you, I think we should absolutely go out there.
Yeah, we might have to make a pilgrimage a little bit north and go check this one out. But
Absolutely.
yeah, I'm excited to sip upon this one. And you know, Anthony,
Yeah.
there's some interesting things again about this bourbon. Veteran owned. Everything is contained on one acreage of property that they use to produce everything. And I think it's probably one of the most ideal places to try to live out a zombie apocalypse.
Oh,
I
you
don't
read my
I don't know
mind,
what your
buddy.
thoughts are. Yeah, yeah, uh I think that this would be pretty much perfect actually.
Yeah,
Like a farm out in the middle of nowhere.
it gives me very Walking Dead, one of those, whatever that early season was where they like lived on that
Second
farm for
season
like
2,
two
season
seasons.
2
Yeah.
where they were on this. Yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah.
that's I think the last season of Walking Dead that I actually watched.
Yeah. But that's sort of what I picture, like sort of like that the world's ended, we've abandoned the
Mhm.
cities, like
Mhm.
homesteading is the only way to go.
Yeah.
And there is
And
a shockingly good number of reasons to want to produce bourbon in the event of being forced onto a solitary homestead. In
yeah.
we'll focus on zombie apocalypse, but I do want to point out
Mhm.
that in throughout history, in writings, movies, whatever, like zombie apocalypse is really just a a vehicle to tell the story of the collapse of society. So, for anybody currently
Mhm.
catching up on episodes of Paradise, for anybody that likes disaster films, everything we're going to talk about applies. We're just going to do it
Oh,
through the
yeah.
lens of having to kill the undead.
Yeah, this is the same as any kind of post-apocalyptic scenario where you have to fend for yourself if society collapses, like you said, and we can't rely on the usual pieces of the world to keep us going. So we now have to do it all ourselves. So yeah, what could be better than a whiskey distillery? And again, for multiple reasons, because there's a lot of good things that come out of whiskey distilleries other than just whiskey.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean, you're starting with a lots of food. You
yeah.
got like grain that you're growing. You don't have to make it all into whiskey. I mean, was it back in the day? One of the main. I mean, a
I
portion,
mean,
a good portion. I
you
mean,
don't have to make it all into whiskey, but you should make a lot of it into whiskey.
Yeah. Well, isn't that like one of the things that brought around bourbon? I think we talked about in a previous episode that the need to actually make corn last longer and be able to sell it because we had so much corn was one of the reasons that bourbon became a thing.
Yeah.
Because you can't keep corn forever, but you can keep bourbon for damn near ever.
Man, just
So,
it really the bourbon, yeah, because the bourbon trade started in with like the conceptual idea of being
mhm,
able to create a secondary product that
mhm,
had a much longer shelf life, because it's not like
mhm,
you weren't mass canning corn and trying to ship it in a wagon, like it was, yeah.
mhm.
But I mean,
Yeah.
in the like lens of a zombie apocalypse, like not only do you, I mean, it's a pretty depressing time. So throwing back some homemade bourbon, super
Mhm.
solid, but grain alcohol works as an amazing disinfectant.
It definitely does.
And
It's
you're, yeah,
I mean, as long as it's high enough proof, it has to be over, was it like 70% or something like that? So 140 proof for it to really do much for disinfecting. So most of your drinking alcohols wouldn't really do too much, but the stuff that's coming straight off the still, great for disinfecting.
buddy, we have absolutely drank some on here that are bordering that one that are bordering that 140.
I think I still got a bottle over there of the barrel proof that just came right out.
It's like 136.
I
I
think
think
so.
it's
I
what
think it
with
is the
that,
136.
which is still wild to me, because you can, to be bourbon, you can only bottle it at 120,
Yeah.
125.
So
One of the,
120? No,
it's one
because I
of the
think
two.
barrel proof. Yeah, because I
It's one of
think
the two.
barrel's okay. I think still. I think it has to go in. I think it has to go in at 120, but it can come out higher.
At one, we're talking
Is that right? Or is it
120. We're
130
talking 120 per.
proof? Right?
No, because that would only be 60%. It has to be.
Yeah, that's not right. That's not right.
No, yeah, it is, because 80
No,
proof.
80
80
proof
proof
and
is the
40%
minimum
is
for,
normal.
yeah,
Yeah,
40.
yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
I'm
No,
thinking,
we're
wait, a
crazy.
whole.
We're
I was like,
crazy.
how the fuck do I get
No, we're losing our minds,
200%
dude.
bourbon?
We're completely losing our minds
I mean, I
because
would
it's a zombie
try.
apocalypse, and I think we're all a little
I
terrified.
would try
Uh,
200% bourbon. 200% alcohol.
200% 200%
It's
alcohol.
actually just condensed alcohol. It's like it pours like a syrup.
It's just a vapor, and they just have to put it under enough pressure to get it back together.
Yeah, 200% by volume.
By volume.
So a
But yeah,
bomb. Got it.
bang bang.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the sterilization's really solid, but also something that I think is a really cool aspect of the whole zombie apocalypse with bourbon is that bourbon makes a great currency for a barter economy.
I didn't even think of that.
Like
But yeah,
amazing.
like
Absolutely amazing.
if you have a good distilling operation going,
Mhm.
like you are indispensable to your, like,
Yeah,
you
'cause
are
everybody's
the
gonna want
Negan of, I'm just kidding. But
That was a Walking Dead reference, right?
yeah,
Right?
yeah,
For the people at home, right?
yeah. But not that I necessarily want to be Negan, but that's not the point. But yeah, no, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, that would be
Yeah,
great to
but
trade.
it's like a lot of cool stuff about it, like not even just for like trading itself. You can actually use it as like a currency because you can say like X amount of bourbon is equal to one thing. Like if you were gonna go have like a meal or something that's worth like a finger of bourbon kind of a thing. Or if you have like, I don't know, like different things that you need, you can have different amounts of pours. Like a vehicle is like a whole crate of bourbon kind of a thing. Like you can actually drink it down. Or
Yeah,
I mean in the zombie apocalypse I think I would probably give a vehicle for a crate of bourbon.
yeah, but where, I just a crate of bourbon seems like I think in terms of barrels. When I think crate of
In
bourbon,
terms
I
of
don't know.
barrels,
Yeah,
well I'm
because
thinking after it's already bottled and then the bottles go into the crates and then the crates
but now we're
can be
just
shipped
rebuilding a society. Oh, that'd be
based on
so
bourbon.
fun.
Based on bourbon.
Yeah, we'll just find a bunch of Lehigh Valley homestead distilleries, and
Mhm.
we'll just reform society with bourbon as the base
With bourbon as
like
the base currency.
it's like Fallout, but instead of bottle caps, it's bourbon.
Yeah. And you always know if it actually is bourbon. Like you can tell. You can like the proof, the whole proof thing. It's
Yeah.
like if it's 100 proof, it'll light on fire. So
Like
you got to make sure that it'll light on fire.
instead of like old merchants with like their little weights and measures scales, they just
Yeah, it's
have
just
they just have
bottles of bourbon.
they just have what's the little proof stick that you stick in there? like the thing that floats that tells
Are you
you how
talking
much
about a
proof it is.
hygrometer?
Yes,
Yeah, that
hydrometer.
tells the how much alcohol. Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually funny you say that because it's not like that's without precedent, because in the lawless West in the United States, like
Mhm.
pre settling it, like all those pop-up towns, gold rush, do you know where, like when we do a shot, do you know where that comes from? Why it's
I do
called a
not.
shot? So
I
it you
actually have no idea.
Yeah, so it used to be you would trade a an ounce
Mhm.
pour of, it's another ounce and a half, whatever it was,
Mhm.
pour of whiskey was a bullet. You would trade a bullet
Mhm.
for an out, like you
And that's
literally
so that's why it's
exchanged
a
the
shot.
good
A
for the
shot.
whiskey, and that's why it's called a shot.
So I
Did you
love
not know
that.
that?
I did not know that. I
Oh, I'm
had no
surprised you didn't
idea.
know that.
No, I had no idea. I'd never heard that before.
Yep.
But I do kind of think that that whiskey was not worth enough because a shot should be way more than one bullet.
Well,
I mean, I guess not in today's economy, but
you have to think. Well, okay, so I don't want to get into like the. I wrote a paper on this in college. Like, I don't want to get into like the large scale economics of like
bullets.
manufacturing, but like before bullets and calibers were standardized,
Mhm.
you would have to like it. You A lot of people just made their own bullets.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there was like through the muzzle loader muskets, they would just have a ball that was the right size.
These were still, no, these were like still
Oh, like
cartridges,
in
but
cartridges.
yeah, but you would get like molds to make the like your own for a lot of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
for a lot of them,
Mhm.
because
I think people still do.
yeah, but all the gun, yeah, but those are standardized. What I'm saying is like the
Mhm.
person that made your gun would give you the thing to make the bullets because there wasn't a standard size. Like there was no 9
Oh, so
millimeter.
the gunsmith would have to like be like, "This is the diameter of this
The
barrel."
early ones, yeah, and then you start getting
Mhm.
into like Smith and Wesson, and then you get to
Mhm.
like economies of scale, and you get like the 45, like
Mhm, a
the
38.
third, yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah, that's why a shot's
I
called a shot.
digress.
That's why a shot's
Uh-huh.
called a shot, and there is a precedence in times of lawlessness of
Mhm.
exchanging alcohol for goods, and there you go.
Yeah, and I mean, like the shelf life is infinite, like we said before. It's easy to measure it out and know how much you have. And if you again are doing the proof thing, it'll light on fire. If it's below a certain proof, then you know that they're lying to you.
Yep,
So it works out in a lot of different ways. But I kind of want to go back to the zombies aspect of this whole thing
100%.
because part of this we're on a farm, right? We're distilling whiskey, we're growing our own grains, we're doing all those things that are going to keep us going through this apocalypse. We're trying to isolate ourselves as much as possible. But I am kind of questioning the setting. When you're looking at the zombie apocalypse, are you thinking like 28 days later sprinting zombies? Or are you thinking like George Romero, like slow moving, kind of gradually getting to you kind of zombies, like Night of the Living Dead kind of stuff?
I'm thinking more of a shambling horde
Hmm.
that in a pinch. I'm thinking like there's probably varying degrees. So
Hmm.
like mostly shambling, Night of the Living Dead style.
Hmm.
But there's probably like, the fittest people among us,
Hmm.
the runners, like
Yeah,
maybe they're,
the
a
Hussein
little,
Bolts of the zombie world.
which I mean, that's in and of itself a horrifying thing to picture. Um, Usain Bolt just,
Yeah.
40-meter dashing at me, but um yeah, so I don't think like sprinters, like
Hmm.
even if you want to go like Last of Us sort of style where it's
Hmm.
like a variety, but
Hmm.
I don't, I don't think
Like a
they're
Left for
all
Dead kind of a thing where there's like different types of zombies, or
sort
you?
of. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not really, but I'm definitely not picturing like whatever that Brad Pitt one was where like the zombies are just
World
creating
War
like,
Z.
yeah,
Yeah.
like sprinting
Mhm.
zombies that are creating meat ladders 800 feet high. Like I'm not.
Yeah, nah, they got away like World War Z was originally a book before they made it that movie,
Yeah,
and they really got off of the topic of what that book was about in that movie. The book was amazing, but
it's the
like
same
the
with I Am
movie
Legend.
was I.
I Am Legend was the
Don't
book
even
in
get me
the
started.
this isn't a literature class. We're
Yeah,
not going to do this,
yeah,
but
but we can. But I kind of want to because I love I Am
yeah,
Legend.
but the book and the movie are like give completely different points.
Oh yeah, yeah. The book or the movie completely missed the point that the book
Totally
is
missed the
called
point.
I Am Legend. The book is called I Am Legend for a reason.
Yeah, Will in the book, Will Smith is the villain.
So again, spoiler alerts. I'm gonna now tell you the end because I just want to talk about it more. But the end of this book has him learning that he is the villain of the vampire world. The vampires are the society now, and he is a mass murderer of vampires by trying to stay alive and keep away from them. So at the end, he gets captured and learns about this, and the last thing he says is, I am legend. That's the whole point of it. That's
I
literally the whole point of the book.
mean, it's sort of dumb that
So
he
they
says
missed
the name of the book in the like.
it. Didn't you know the title? God, guys.
How did he know that's what they were going to call the book?
Yeah, oh my God.
Is that based? Is that based on a true story?
Yeah. Very true. Very, very true. But anyway, I digress.
Yeah, we got away from homesteading. Let's get back to let's get back to how we would set up a
Mhm,
homestead. How would we okay, let's say you and I are at Eight Oaks Distilling,
mhm.
touring it, when across the news we hear
Oh, mhm.
the world has collapsed and
Uh-oh.
everyone's a zombie except for 3% of the population.
That made it through. So again, now I'm thinking about how many books I've read that are zombie related
So
because
many.
there's another one called The Passage that I really enjoyed. That's actually a three-part series, but um
We'll do a bottle of Dead Guy bourbon and come back and talk about
I come
zombies
back.
in
We should
literature.
just do this. We should just do that. Yeah. Anyway, but they have it set up as again, it's a whole society inside of walls, sort of a thing. So I think step one, because I'm going more with, like you said, the shambling horde type of zombies too.
Sure.
And I think walls are 100% necessary because they can get to you, but they can't figure out how to actually get to you over the walls.
So I agree, but I
Mhm.
disagree.
Okay.
I There are two reasons why. In a post-apocalyptic scenario, a lot of times the actual zombies themselves are not your main problem. As we learned in The Walking
Mm.
Dead, it's a lot of the times it's people.
The whole
And
point of The Walking Dead. Mhm.
walls to me, like let's say I'm not inside the walls, I'm a roving band of people and we haven't eaten in 3 days. Your walls tell me that you have something to hide, and if you're not going to let me in willingly, I'm going to figure out a way to get in. And I
I
don't, and
mean,
if I can see the walls, so I
mhm.
agree with you, but in doing a little bit of research, what I learned is a really good barricade is you get like the very prickly like thick fruit bearing bushes, and you essentially plant
Like
your
blackberries and like bramble kind of stuff. That
brambles
okay.
and blackberries, and you plant
Hmm.
a perimeter because it doubles up, because the shambling hordes have a hard time getting through, and even if they do try to get through, you're going to hear them from a mile away because you just hang cans and stuff in
Hmm.
the trees. But it also doubles as a very high yield food source.
So I like your idea. I think that that is a primary form of defense that goes outside of the wall. I still think you need a wall. I think that that would go outside of the wall and make it harder to get to the wall. And then you have a wall inside of that because, I mean, as a kid, I grew up in the middle of nowhere, which is also a fun part about this whole thing. And we had lots of blackberry bushes around us, and we actually used to pick blackberries pretty regularly. And yes, the plants suck to get through and they're pretty thick, but you can get through them kind of easily. Like they're going to be more of a deterrent than an actual like stop you from getting in.
Well, yeah, for like a nimble child,
I thank you for thinking that I was a nimble child. I
for a
appreciate
child,
that.
for a weirdly tall child. But I think they would pose, like I said, if we're putting a wall up, I can
Mhm.
concede we should put a wall up, but only if we like hang signs that are like bourbon for sale. or I don't know,
Just like
something.
invite people in and try to be friendly. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, or almost have like a wall inside the wall. Like, I don't know, because like again, the problem when you put a wall up is you are now you in an apocalyptic scenario. I feel like you are now like playing that King of the Hill
Mhm.
sort of game.
I think you are a little bit, and I think that that wall makes it a lot easier to remain the king of the hill if you have a solid wall.
Yeah, and I guess the bushes. Like, I'm just. Can we
I like
agree
the
to?
bushes. Don't get me wrong. I like the bushes.
Can
I
we
do like the
agree?
bushes
Can we
idea.
agree that it's just not a very tall wall, just a wall like that's tall and like, because I don't want it to be seen from a great distance. I don't want like a 24-foot wall. I want like a 6-foot wall.
Because my thoughts are, well, so also though, where are we putting the wall? I think this is also part of what I'm thinking, because I'm not thinking the whole, I mean, again, going back to the Eight Oaks, the whole 58
Yeah,
acres
I guess
as
we're
a
not gonna
wall.
build a
I think
58
it's going to
acre
be, yeah, no,
wall.
that's ridiculous. It would be a wall just around where we live and where we do the distilling. It wouldn't be a huge wall. Like, we're not trying to defend the Great Wall of China from the goddamn Mongolians, okay? Like
Goddamn
we
Hungarians.
thank you, South Park. Um, but we are trying to just defend our actual living space against people,
All
and it should be
right.
pretty defensible. It's
All
not going to be
right.
huge, right?
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Fine.
So,
Fine.
so win one for wall.
Fine. But
Also win one for bramble bushes. I like that idea because they also grow really thick, really quick. So
oh yeah,
they
no,
will keep
they're
getting
both
bigger.
great. And any
Mhm.
overstock of the berries we can use to make brandy.
Ooh, I do love me some brandy,
I
or even
also
just
love me some brandy.
flavored liquor. Like we can, I mean, because if you're making bourbon and stuff, you have to pretty much start with vodka, and so you start with that, and you can make it flavored and do other stuff with it too.
Yeah, I mean we're almost assuredly so all the cropping and whatnot that we're gonna need to
Hmm.
do, but like I mean being able to just convert that to like brandy or like preserves like jams, this
Hmm.
other
Yeah, there's gonna
like
be
yeah.
lots. Like another thing I think would be good about this kind of a homestead scenario is we're in Pennsylvania. I'm going to stick with that mindset also. We have a lot of fruit that grow, like apples. I'm thinking apple orchard has to be here. Again, the berries, they're really prevalent here. Um, that's all. That's all I can think of. Is
Yeah,
there any other fruit that grows in the
well
in
in PA.
Pennsylvania?
No, but I mean we are baller at growing grain though, so
We are.
yeah,
Yes, that
and
is
like
very true.
but I mean the apples you can do preserves, but you can also do
Hmm.
ciders.
Yep.
Shout out
And
Johnny
deciders,
Appleseed,
apples. Ooh, ooh.
who was a real person.
Mhm.
He's one of my heroes. We should do a cider episode and talk about Johnny
We could
Appleseed.
definitely do a
We're not
cider
gonna do it
episode. That
now,
sounds fun.
but
Yeah.
pin that. Um so I was
But
doing some digging and I
mhm,
don't know that we even need like the full. So the way Eight Oaks is set up, they have it's like 20 something acres like on their original property, and then like
mhm.
right next door they like essentially
At
like
least another 28 or
consign
something.
another 20
Mhm,
something of field space. So I think we really just need the original because like I said I was doing some snooping
mhm.
as far as like some conversions go, and it looks like to do a 53-gallon barrel of bourbon. We thunder outside.
Standard 53, 53, 55. 53 is
53,
standard.
53 standard.
Mhm. Yep.
Um, if you want to produce 1 gallon of high proof whiskey per week, like so it's
Per
based.
week?
Yeah,
1
so
gallon per week?
it was saying I was like how much is like a
Mhm.
reasonable amount to produce. So I'm also thinking this is just you and I there. Like
Oh,
yeah,
so
I'm
we're
not
gonna
I'm
need more
not
people
I'm
than
not
that. We need
I'm
more
not
people than that.
yeah, I'm not imagining. I mean, we'll accumulate people to our cause,
Mhm.
to our bourbon cause.
But also, like, I have a fam I mean, you have a fiance. Like, they're definitely gonna be there. So we have at least
Okay, a small contingent.
5, 6, 5 to 10 people probably there in my
Becca and
mind.
I have agreed that she has to get home pretty quick in the event of some sort of apocalypse.
Oh, I'm like, you're gonna have to preface this with.
No. Like in the like, let's say like we're near the city of Pittsburgh. In the event of an
Mhm.
apocalypse, should have to get home pretty quick.
Oh yeah, because Anthony ain't hanging around.
I don't know how long it takes for me to load my go bag onto a bicycle, but that's about as long as she has.
To a bicycle.
Well, I'm not going to get into why I wouldn't be taking a car, because you wouldn't take a car. Actually, realistically, I wouldn't be leaving. You really shouldn't leave in the first 72 hours of a disaster.
Yeah, sit tight, close the doors,
So
stay inside.
which is why we wouldn't be leaving Eight Oaks Distilling when
Yeah,
we got the
we would
news.
never leave. But yeah,
So yield
but
per acre can give
mhm,
you like 100 to 150 bushels of corn,
per acre
which that's what it says, that sounds about right.
sounds good. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so
about right.
we'll low end it with, but 100 bushels of corn and then the associated like rye and barleys and wheats. But I mean,
Mhm.
we're probably going to be doing 80%, 70 to 80% corn, because that's just
Yeah,
the easiest thing to do.
because
Um,
78% corn goes into this mash, and
yeah,
we're making
exactly.
this bottle
Yeah, basically, we're just gonna steal their recipe because we're already sitting there. But that produces like 300 gallons of spirit.
every year. 300 gallons of spirit a year, so that's what.
Well, no, that's
Uh,
just a straight conversion, like 100 bushels of corn to make
yeah,
about
so it's
300
like
gallons.
like 6 barrels a year that we'd be making
Yeah, it will. Again, that's per acre.
per eight. That seems wrong.
Well, not
I'm
really.
not saying it is wrong. I'm just saying it seems wrong. That seems like per acre. Like if I went out and planted my half acre full of stuff, I don't think I'd be able to make 3 barrels of whiskey.
No, but you would only that would only be a you would only be that would be a half acre.
Yeah, that's why I said 3, not 6.
So that's 50 bushels,
I mean, I guess
which
I could be wrong. I don't know. Now I'm gonna Google it
you'd
because
be able to make
I
like
just have to.
you'd be able to make like 2 barrels.
How many barrels of liquor can I make off of 1 acre of land?
I already asked the internet, and the internet already told me.
Oh wow. Okay, you win. You win. That seems
Right?
like a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems like a lot.
Sort of that's my point, is like for consumption and trade and
Hmm.
disinfectant. Like, I think we would really only
That's
need to
pretty good.
maintain like 3 acres,
I mean, so like need to
4.
maintain, or I mean, I think we do like 10 acres. We do half of it for food stocks, half of it for liquor producing. Because, well, but also like going
We
back to what we were talking about before, we also have to replant the field every year
So we got to use
because, yes, because we have
heirloom
to use
grains.
heirloom grains. So we have to be able to replant the field every year. Um, so we have to be careful about that part too.
And
We can't
we're
put
gonna need to
all of it.
rotate it. We'll need to rotate and plant like clover and radishes and
Mhm.
stuff. It's, cover cropping.
Legumes.
You know what cover cropping is?
I thought it was cyclic. No, cover. Is it cover
Well,
cropping? What is cover
there's two
cropping?
different kinds. So like cover cropping prevents you'd plant like really root heavy things, and then you like sort
Hmm.
of till it up once you need that field again, but it prevents
Hmm.
erosion.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But the other reason that I would want to plant clover fields on the non-used fields is that's going to
Hmm.
attract a lot of deer, which we are going to need to shoot for meat.
That is very true. I didn't even think about meat and actually trying to attract deer as part of this.
Clover
But
fields,
also,
baby,
all of
clover
this,
fields, big
Cloverfield's
bucks.
a good call. But also, I mean, if we could get a hold of some soybeans, that would be awesome because you can do so much stuff with soybeans too, and they renitrify the soil.
Can you do soybeans like year over year? Would you keep needing to figure out how to get like more? Because it's not like
I mean, I think you can.
we can't go to the store to get
No. I mean,
seeds.
we'd have to save some of the beans to replant the fields again.
Okay.
But they continue, they renitrify the fields so that
Yeah.
they put the nutrients back in.
So I think we
So,
do.
and,
I think
and tofu does everything.
that's true. So 5, no 10. So here's the problem. Here's the problem with like
Hmm.
10 acres though. Like this is apocalypse. There's zombies. Like even if we had the access
Uh-huh.
to the harvesting machines, we couldn't use them anyway because those are loud, and we would not be wanting
Mhm.
to attract that amount of noise.
No, but do you think 10 acres is too much for people to actually
How
just
many people?
to
If it's just us,
I
I'm
mean
not
10. I
harvesting
said like
10.
10.
I'm
Not
not
10. No,
harvesting 10
I
fucking
ain't either.
acres.
No. I mean, if it's just us, we're gonna die really quick because we're lazy.
We're the
But
master distillers. We're gonna
yeah.
be.
We're sitting back and playing Monday morning quarterback with all
Do
this
you
stuff.
think we could catch and train a couple of zombies to pick the crops?
No, no, I don't, because I'm thinking shambling horde zombies. They ain't got no brains. They're
Well,
trying to eat our brains because they ain't got none.
yeah, but if we just chained them up and gave them like little like pieces of like because we're gonna be shooting deer, so give them like animal
Hmm.
brain, which I'm
Okay.
assuming is probably fine. Like train them. Like are you? So this begs the question: can you train a zombie?
I'm gonna say no. I don't believe so, in my
Maybe.
opinion.
Well,
I mean,
but
how
so
would you do it?
if the zombie's whole goal, like
Mhm.
their sole purpose is to remain alive and do so by finding brains, blood, whatever it is that this version of
Yeah.
zombie eats. And we teach them that if you carry this plant to this box, you get a
Hmm.
little piece of brain. Like it'll be like a little like rats in the thing. Like they put it in the box, they put it in the box, and then like a little light turns on and a little piece of brain falls out. And then we
And
just
then they just keep bringing them to the
yeah.
box.
We don't even have to be out there to do it. We just make a deposit box, and it's like crows when the like little shiny things when they put
And
it
we
in the
just keep
box and they get a little piece of corn, and we just see if we can train the neighborhood zombies
zombie.
to
I mean,
to
it's worth a shot. It's worth a
right.
shot to try.
I like conceptually. I like the idea. Whoa, hold on. So what would our I I do want to point out that they are zombies. They are not. They're no longer people. So this is not. We're not getting into like a weird sort of zombie slavery thing here.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking about that. I
Yeah,
don't
I
think
wasn't. I
anybody else
wasn't
was
before,
either. I
but then
think
I
you were.
started
I
thinking
think now
about
you
it.
brought it up. So now we're making a zombie welfare league. We're gonna we're gonna stand up for the zombie rights. I don't know
Man,
how this goes. I don't know how this
do the
goes.
zombies get? Nope, not even gonna tell that joke. This is gonna go on the
Nope.
internet.
Nope. 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 You leave that one. I know
Yep.
exactly where
No,
you're
I
going
know
with that.
exactly. Yeah.
You are not
Yeah.
doing that
No,
one.
no, that's fine. I don't
Uh,
think unless they decided to organize and fight for their rights, I think
to party.
to part. I think we're in a bit of a moral gray area
I
here, but I
think you're.
think they're technically dead.
Yeah, I think there. I don't actually. So that's actually kind of something funny that you brought. I don't know if you meant to bring that up or not. But do you know where this is completely separate? I was just looking this up a long time ago, and I was just curious about zombies in general, like forever ago. And this little tidbit of information is sticking in my brain. Um, but do you know the word where the word zombie comes from?
It's that Cranberries song, right? I'm just
No,
kidding.
no, that's no.
I no. What is it?
But
I don't know.
it actually it actually came from, I think it was voodoo
Okay.
was the original like originator of the term zombie. I think it actually like means something, but it's a symbolic reference to being enslaved for eternity. So even after death, you're still enslaved, and that's what a zombie was.
The key is after death, and
Yeah.
I think again it's probably a little morally
Yeah. I mean,
gray, but
it's very different than our current definition of what a zombie is, what they were talking about, but that
yeah.
was kind of where it came from originally.
It's
But
also
yeah.
if we're training them and they're getting a reward like some sort of pack animal, it's also
Mhm.
different than I would define slave. I think we're good. So anyway, so we're gonna try to train the zombies to
We're
pick
gonna
the
try to
crops.
how to train your zombie.
That's first of all, that should just be that's a movie in and of itself.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
what we're doing. So we reserve the rights to this screenplay. Um,
but but yeah, I think that that is an interesting place to be with this, and I mean honestly, I think it would be pretty defensible, and I think you're right. I don't think the zombies are what I'm worried about.
yeah,
I think it's
people.
the other people that I'm completely worried about. So how, other than the bramble bushes, what way would you try to either keep people on your side, or would you try to deter people from taking your stuff? What would you do?
Which is, it would be hard to not get extorted. I think we would be in a good position in this particular case to not we would possess a desirable trait because we would know how to do the actual making of the whiskey,
Hmm.
or and well
I think
and
that's
I
an
mean,
important
and
part
so
too.
it's
Yeah.
also, we're obviously also going to be making beer. Like, we're not just going to be making whiskey.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, we're
no, no,
making
no.
beer.
We're gonna be the preeminent.
Hmm.
We're gonna be the preeminent alcohol manufacturers of the area.
We're gonna have a monopoly because we're gonna be again ground to glass, which I'm coining that phrase because I like that better.
Eight Oaks, check it. Put that on your
For
bottle.
all the different places. I think that's definitely something that we should do with all the beer, whiskey,
Brandy.
food, brandy, yeah,
Yeah. And then we would be able to raise livestock because
preserves.
we all the spent grain we would just feed to livestock.
Yeah, I mean, especially yeah, after you do the mash, you got tons of spent grain that's not really usable for us.
That's what most distilleries do. Most distilleries sell the spent grain
Hmm.
to farms.
Yeah. Also, I know a lot of people when they're brewing beer, you'll take the spent grain and turn it into dog treats.
Yeah.
So,
In a pinch, we could also turn it into like bread and things like that. Like, it's not good bread, but
good. Like
yeah.
it's yeah, not very
Yep.
nutritious bread, but it's bread.
Yeah, we took all the good shit out, but
Hmm.
so yeah, I think the key would be, it's not about like what I would do as much as like what I wouldn't do. And what I wouldn't do is teach anyone else how to do it.
Hmm.
Because like you can, well, assuming we have a bit of a stockpile by the time the first roving band comes through, like, we can
Hmm.
pay them
Well, we're
off.
taking over distillery, so it like we have stuff in reserves, I would think already. So because like the apocalypse is happening after we already
That's a
have a
good point.
distillery.
That's a good point. I didn't
So,
even think about that. Okay. So
hmm, so
besides
we should
that,
already have stuff aging and like in stock.
yeah. So, but like, just in general, the idea is like, we can't. What to not do, and what to not do is teach anyone else how to do
Hmm.
it. Because
Oh
as
yeah,
long
because
as
that's how
we're the
you stay
skilled one,
important. Yeah.
exactly.
Hmm.
Um, but like, I mean, yeah, just, you can't trust anybody, but you have to believe that they're also not going to trust you. So
Hmm.
you have to create a situation of mutual exchange.
Hmm.
Like, you're
Mutual
not gonna
exchange,
kill
but it also
us.
has to be like kind of a respect based kind of thing. I think a little bit too, because like if you completely don't trust anybody, then you're not going to get anywhere either. Like
I agree, but I don't know. You got to walk a really fine line in these
I
sorts
agree.
of
I think that
apocalyptic
I do think
scenarios.
it's a fine line because like you can quickly accidentally go into the wrong place and get in a lot of trouble.
We're
So,
not going anywhere.
oh no, no, no. Well, I mean, metaphorically going, you can get into a bind kind of a thing. I
Yeah.
think with any little bit of trust can pretty much end your day.
Now I'm wondering if
So,
we can train the zombies to pull carts
I mean,
for
if we're going
for
this far,
trade trips.
can can we train them to have guns and defend our borders?
I don't want the zombies. That's a Planet of the Apes scenario. I don't want the
That
zombies
is a
learning
plan.
how
Yeah,
to,
no,
yeah.
never mind, never mind. I don't
No, no,
want
no,
that
no,
either.
no, 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 no,
No, I
no,
don't
no.
want that at all. No, 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 no. Yeah,
But anyway,
no.
yeah, so
Our
that would be, for me, it's because here, anyone that's around is going to know we're there, because like
Mhm.
kilning and malting barley and like all of that stuff is like,
It smells
it's yeah, you can,
a
for
lot.
miles we're gonna attract
Mhm.
just everything.
Yeah, even just brewing beer, just like mashing, doing that whole process, the whole house just smells like a. It almost smells like cereal. Like it's a
Yeah,
weird kind of like a pungent odor that's very cereal like.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, unless we plan on like trying to like air seal a basement to do this, which that
Hmm.
sounds like a
Which we don't. We don't
disaster.
plan on doing that at all. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I really think it's just set up a scenario. You got to set up a scenario because you have to assume that at least some other locals survived, where it's like,
Hmm.
hey, like, we'll trade with you, and like, you like, feel free to tell people that we're here and that we're good
Hmm.
people, but like, also don't send bad people here, because then you won't get any more alcohol.
Yeah. 'Cause then you get the stick, and we're done with that. But yeah, so I think this scenario is so we're gonna have the distillery and our living area and the important bits surrounded by a wall that is also surrounded by brambles and
About
blackberries
10
and other stuff.
acres. We'll
Yeah,
section
I
off
mean, I
like
don't think we even
10-ish.
have to do 10 acres. I think we can section off probably like 3 acres,
Well, I'm thinking like
and
three
then
rotating, like 10 total, but like we're only planting like three a season.
yeah, but it doesn't all have to be in the walls.
Oh, sure, sure, sure.
Yeah, yeah. I'm talking about just the walls themselves. But yeah, then we have our fields outside of the walls
Yep.
that we're then going to be planting with anything that we want to eat. We'll have a clover field to attract uh, wild game, and then we will, yeah, just rotate that so that we have the right amount of space. Um, yeah,
Oh,
I mean, it's
man.
literally pretty much we're just setting up like a medieval
The medieval
town
homestead.
is
Yeah.
pretty much what we're doing. Yeah.
Oh, man. Can you just imagine like our first batch of really good whiskey? And like even when we run out of barrels, like you can just char oak. You just grow oak and then char spirals and just put those and
Again,
just bottle age it.
we're also just doing this in Pennsylvania. We can get more oak.
Yeah. No, I it's gonna take some time to figure out how to make barrels. Like I am not a
Yeah, not a
cooper.
Cooper. Not a Cooper. I'm
I'm
a
a
brewer, not a Cooper.
I'm a smith, not either. But I'm just like now I'm just picturing like us in our walls,
Mhm.
a little fire in the fireplace because electricity ran out years ago, but we have just enough because we figured out through some survival book that we brought with us because obviously we're gonna do that. Like how to turn some of the corn into like ethanol, and then we like convert a generator to just like run on ethanol because that'd be
Or
fun.
we just pulled an alternator out of a car and just have it hooked up to car batteries, and then just have, like you said, either a small engine or uh, who says there's no running water where we
Yeah, I
are?
was
There
gonna
could
say
be running water.
just a bank of
We could do some
alternators from
hydroelectric kind of a
scavenged
thing.
cars. You honestly, I actually think if there were two people to get stuck at a distillery in an apocalypse, like
We can make it work.
we have enough practical knowledge about how different
Yeah,
things work between the two
stupid
of us.
stuff.
Like
Yeah.
I'm pretty good at making animal traps.
I'm pretty good with mechanical stuff, and I know car things. I know electricity. I know how to brew beer.
I know when the whiskey's done aging.
Yeah, I can guess.
Well, just I'll be the taste tester. Um,
Very important job in the apocalypse is making sure that we have high quality product.
but just like just sitting there with our first batch of like a good bourbon
Mhm.
with a roasted venison loin with a blackberry sauce, which pairs great
This
with
this could
venison.
be this could be worse. Also, like potatoes and carrots grow great in Pennsylvania
Yeah.
too. We could have like an it doesn't sound too bad.
And we don't have to go to like once we're done eating that meal, we don't have to go to work in the morning. I wish there was a zombie apocalypse. No traffic.
Oh, no yeah, there's always
I don't have
traffic.
to log on in the morning. No two-factor authentication.
Oh, two factor.
All right.
But
All right. So
so
we have a pretty good setup. We know what we're
I
gonna
think we do.
do. We know how to make the uh you know the different things, the whiskeys and the beers and what have you. But
Mhm.
let's say hypothetically that we knew that the apocalypse was coming and we made the decision to actually just head out to the distillery.
Okay.
I need three things from you, Greg, that you would want on your person to start off the zombie apocalypse.
To start off, all right. So I'm going to go. Hmm. So I'm starting off the zombie apocalypse, but wait, I'm going to the distillery. I know where I'm going to and what there is there, right?
Or not. Just three things you would like want on your person.
Okay. Um. All right. I think start of zombie apocalypse. We're saying, right? This is the beginning of the game.
Yeah, I mean, a
Mhm.
a biofuel generator, like, not on the list. Like, just
No, 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 no. But on the list is a solar powered or hand crank radio,
ooh,
so that I can try to keep up with what's going on in the world.
love that.
Because I have a feeling that there will still be broadcasts going on at that point, if we're early in the apocalypse game, and we'll be able to keep at least getting some information from it.
Yep.
Number two, also going to go pretty practical here. For number two, we're going to go with some sort of a water filtration system, because water is a pain to try to filter.
Like a life
Uh,
straw or something like that.
yeah, like a yeah, something that's kind of like easy to bring with me, easy to carry, pretty much almost packing for camping. Like that's kind of
Yeah,
what I think the beginning is going to be, until you can set up like a little base camp kind of a thing.
sure.
And then the third thing that I would really like, a good box of cigars.
Ah, that's a
Because
good one.
where are we gonna get those
That's
in
a
the
that's a
apocalypse?
good one.
And there's not much better than celebrating a good victory or something nice than just lighting up a cigar and just relaxing a little bit.
Missed an opportunity to say something neat, but yeah.
Something to, yeah, yeah, I generally do. It's really interesting. But yeah, I think those are my three. I think the radio, I think the water filtration, and a good box of cigars just to keep a little bit of home.
Yep. The water filtration's a good one because if
Mhm.
you can go a long time without food, you can't go all that long without clean water. So
Nope. And
yeah.
those sort of things, like I don't know if you've seen those life straw things, but you can
Oh,
literally like go to a puddle and drink it. Like
yep.
it's crazy.
Yeah. No, and I mean
Yeah.
there's tons of like awesome like products that are sort of like that where you can like do gallons at a
Mhm.
time if you want to, but like the life straw as far as
Yeah.
like carryable practicality.
And
Yeah.
that's what I'm thinking, because I think once you get established and you're getting to the point that you're trying to work on a big scale, you can just filter water and boil it and you're okay. But what to get to that point, you need something to start you.
Yep. Absolutely. Nope. Those are all super good.
Yeah. What are your thoughts, sir? What are
Yeah.
your three?
So I have like an emergency sort of bag kind of deal. Like it's just like not it's I did not build it thinking there's going to be a
Mhm.
zombie apocalypse, but like it's great if like there's prolonged periods without power and like things like that.
Mhm.
So for me, I it's one of my favorite things in that bag that you can just like in a camping scenario or like any sort of survival scenario. I have 100 feet of 555 paracord.
Yes, I
Just
didn't even think about,
the
yes,
like
yes.
shelter. You can split it apart and make
Paracord is good for
fishing
literally
line.
everything.
There's
Yeah,
just there's just
very true.
not there's nothing you can't
Mhm.
do.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
there's
like
things you
there's a
can't do,
reason
but
why most survival knives and stuff, their handles are usually just
it's
paracord
all paracord.
wound, and that's what your grip is.
Yep.
So yeah,
So
that's
so
definitely a good
yeah,
call.
a long tear of 555 paracord. Um and like the strands inside, like when you strand it apart, are great for making like snares and stuff. Like there's nothing you can't do with it.
Mhm.
The second thing is again super practical. A really good fixed blade knife.
Fixed
Like
blade. You go
fixed,
fixed blade?
yeah, solid steel, nothing
Mhm.
that flips or anything, like because the mechanics
Mhm.
can break, screws can break. Just a
You're right. Yeah.
sharp solid piece of steel, ideally with
Mhm.
like a point at the end for like old school trench knives for like
Chunk.
zombie crushing, like zombie skull crushing. Doesn't have to have that.
Uh-huh.
um
But it'd be nice.
but and a lot of times those will come with those magnesium strikers, so that it's for me it's like I'm kind of cheating because it's like a two for one.
Two for
It's
one.
like a
Two
two
for
for
one.
one because I'm getting the fire starting too, because fire starting is
Mhm.
like super crucial.
That is
um
also kind of interesting though, because I always have the issue of deciding if I would rather have a fixed blade knife like that or like a multi-tool or something. Because like if you get a good multi-tool, they last forever and they can do so many things. Like
yeah,
very useful. But yeah, it's just a debate in my mind of which one that I would prefer.
If I had to pick, but I mean, I picked. Obviously, that's like a discussion, but like
Mhm.
I would take the you know 5 6
4 or 5 inch.
inch,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like fixed blade, like sharp, like a K-bar sort of style knife,
Yeah.
and in like a good like leather scabbard sort of deal.
hmm
And then the third one I debated on for like a long time, and it's actually funny that you like went sort of like non-practical with the cigars, because I
I did go
also,
non-practical.
which is
Yeah.
fine because I also like, I it was not originally on my list, but as I was like looking up like distilling in the apocalypse, like for talking about this episode,
hmm
um I found the why am I blanking on it all of a sudden? I said it like right before we started filming. The
hmm
the alpha amylase, the powdered,
Amylase.
yeah, the 1 pound tub of alpha amylase. So for those that don't know, if you
Uh-huh.
can't malt barley, there's like alpha amylase is essentially like the enzymes required to pull the sugars out of corn and other things in order
It
to
it
make
turns
whiskey.
it turns starch into sugar. It cuts the strands down and makes them sugar. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can't make whiskey without it. So if I'm stuck
Mhm.
in the woods and I don't have a kiln, I can't malt barley, but I can certainly steal some corn and make a jug of liquor.
Yeah, I mean, it will work for a little bit, but generally enzymes and stuff like that don't have a long shelf life.
Apparently, the powdered versions, and because I looked it up, buddy, the powdered
Mhm.
versions, if kept cool and dry, can last years.
Really?
Yeah.
That's surprising to me. Yeah,
Yep.
because usually enzymes are hard to keep alive. I mean, I think that's probably a big reason why we still malt barley and stuff pretty regularly when we make large scale either beer or whiskey or whatever we're doing, is because it's still sort of necessary to make that happen.
Yeah. Gemini called it the ultimate low profile distilling tool.
Thanks, Gemini. Thank low profile.
Well, because like the
It's the
prompts I was
sleeper tool.
well, the prompts I was giving it were like, okay, so like how do I make it not smell like a loaf of bread for 3 miles when I want to make whiskey?
Good luck. But yeah, no, I like your list. I like your list. Even though I'm not sure that the alpha amylase will be as good for a long period of time. But also the
It's not gonna
stuff that
last
I
any
was
longer
talking
than your
about was also
cigars.
my cigars will last forever. All right.
Tell that
Actually,
tell
probably
tell that
not
to
because I'll
the
smoke them
tell
all.
that to that one that I
Yeah.
definitely forgot to put in the box of the humidor thing that's sitting on my bar right now. I that'd be a rough smoke.
Oh no.
It's a little dry.
Oh, but anyway, dude. Yeah, I think that
We have
was
a
a
good
good
plan.
episode. I think that was a good plan. I think we can definitely make this work, and I think that the zombie apocalypse is something we could get through
Yeah. Shout
as long
shout
as we had
out
a
Eight
distillery
Oaks.
to chill at.
Yeah, shout out Eight Oaks. If the world starts to turn super upside down, my name's Anthony.
Mhm.
This is Greg. We'll be there.
We'll just come knock on the door. We'll
Yep.
bring a life straw, a radio, and a box of cigars.
Yeah, I'll skip the alpha. I'll skip the enzymes if I think we're gonna make it, and I'll bring like a malty
Yeah.
pool, or
So
honestly
matches,
like a
maybe. I don't
vacuum
know.
a vacuum sealed uh bag of dryer lint would also be like awesome.
And is a solid fire starter.
It's the best. You need
It is
this.
so
You
good.
need this much to start a fire.
Just a bit. Just a bit. But anyway, sir. Well,
Let's do
this
final
is
thoughts, I
delicious.
think.
I think we have to do final thoughts. I just poured myself a little bit more so that I can also get a final thoughts. But
It's been
mm,
super easy to drink this whole time. Like I've just been
I think
sips here and there. It's been so good.
it's very smooth. And now it's actually had a little bit of time to evaporate off a little bit from my initial pour, and it's that ethanol smell that we were talking about in the beginning is pretty much gone at this point,
Yeah.
and it's just vanilla and toasted sugar.
Yep, I'm just it's you get the char, you get it's what I would think of like a classic, like your classic bourbon profile.
I think
Just
it's a
done a
classic
little better.
bourbon profile. I was gonna say classic bourbon profile with heavy char. I think
Yep.
that's really what I'm getting out of it.
Yeah, I mean
But yeah,
it's not as much as like the double oak
double
out of
char.
Davidy or
Yeah,
like the double char or whatever that other one, whatever that other double char one that we did one that was just
yeah. I can't remember what it was.
it was like
It was
drinking
just
wood.
it was just burned wood. It was delicious. I loved
So
it.
good. We should get another
But
bottle of that. Anyway. All
so
right, out of 10.
rank on 3. Are we ranking on 3
Yeah,
yet?
yeah, let's rank on 3. Give me a second. Let me
Mm-hmm.
I'm 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 close. I'm honing in.
Okay.
Almost there. Hold on. Okay, I'm ready.
Ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, 9,
7
2.
point no. Whoa, we are way
Really?
off. I was
You're going
I'm
7?
7.9.
Okay. All right.
It's just there's to
So,
me it's really good. Like this is like something I would drink all the time,
mhm,
but I feel like for me to put it in the 8, 9, 10 category, and we've never even
mhm.
had anything in the I don't think I've ever put anything in 9.
Yeah, we have.
What have I
I
put at
think
9?
we just put the Henry McKenna 10 at 9.5, I believe.
I did.
I think so. We can go back and check
We'll go
again.
back and
Maybe I'm
look.
wrong.
Yeah, I feel like we need to we'll adjust our scale. I just for me to
Mhm.
put something at like that 7, 8, 9. I feel like there
'Cause that
needs to
was
be something like I don't want to say funky with it,
mhm,
but this is a really really good bourbon. But
mhm.
to me it's it tastes like a normal. I'm getting the normal robust flavor profile of like a normal bourbon. Like it's not doing
Yeah.
anything wonky that's like making me go, "Wow, this is special." It's
No, I mean,
still really good. Still really
I
good.
I I I I definitely don't fault you there at all, but I think of this as it is very tasty bourbon. I really like the char profile. I like the taste. I like that it's bottled in bond. It's 100 proof, but it's very very smooth. So I don't know. I think it's up there with. I mean, because my thoughts were, I was thinking of the Henry McKenna 10 because I think it's sort of similar to that. It's not too far off of that, and I think it's down like a peg, not a lot.
I'm still hold on. We're doing this. 1 second.
Hold on,
Hold on.
holding on. Where are we? What are we? Where? Bye, Anthony. So I think I actually want to go back because I have not been keeping track of what we rank
We can
everything,
always do a quick edit if we need.
and we really need to go through and really put this on a scoreboard.
Yeah, no. And we will do that. But
I was just telling the listeners that we really need to put this on a scoreboard to have actually like written down what we rank everything. Is that your Henry McKenna 10?
yeah, hold on.
So I think this is way more charred. It's more oaky, but it's
That's just so fucking good.
He's
Yeah, no, I'm sticking with it.
sticking with it? Okay, because I think we did put
You
it at like 9.5 or something,
I'm
right?
whether we did or didn't, the fact of the matter remains that we both like char. You like char way more
This
than
is
me.
this is exactly what I want in a bourbon,
Yeah, no, no,
honestly.
no.
This is exactly what I want.
That's the difference. I'm sticking. Could you talk me into an 8.2? Yeah, you could.
Yeah. What
But
so when I was thinking of it in my mind, the lowest I had it at was an 8.7. I think I'll go with 8.7. I think 8.7 is pretty good. It's more fair. I think 9.2 is pushing it. But either way, I think that this is very good. I really, really like this.
it's fantastic, and I'm gonna drink this bottle, and I'm 100% gonna go buy another one because it's like right across the street from me.
Because
Like
why not?
literally one bridge away. I can have as much of this as I want. And also, just if anybody finds themselves able to get their hands on Eight Oaks products, they also do a port finished rye, they do a Pinot Noir
Mhm.
finished bourbon, they do
They have
funky
like an
stuff with
Applejack or something too.
yeah,
Yeah.
they do funky stuff with like wine casks.
Hmm.
It's
Yeah.
it's
But
not
this
all
one, I
straight
think this
cuts.
one's fantastic.
No, it's
But
really good. I will amend. Now tasting it next to the Henry McKenna, they're not as far apart as I was putting them. I will
I
go
don't think
8-2.
they are. I think this is just a more heavily charred. It's very similar.
Yep, I'm gonna go 8-2 instead of 7-9, and I will also
Right.
say that for the next episode we will go through and compile a scoreboard.
Yes, we will before the next episode. But anyway, sir, I think this has been a fun episode. Having a great time. Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure. Oh wait, hold on. Wait, we can't. Hold on.
Hold it.
I can't
Wait, you're
cheers. I
empty
drank it
again.
all.
Oh God.
You can't cheers and empty. Oh, that. Oh, okay. So Eight Oaks, seriously, you're gonna need to redesign the top.
So I learned. I figured out Anthony how to do it. Ready. Wrong way. Right way.
Oh, so I'm just
And then it works.
oh, so I'm just an idiot.
I was an idiot the first time too, and then I thought about it and realized I was an idiot.
Well, my mouse mat has suffered, but which will not be a problem in the zombie apocalypse. Gregory, to the end of days.
Cheers, sir.